Okay, hello everybody and welcome back. Twitch seems to be having problems on all channels today, so we will see how things go. It might go well, it might have errors of all kinds. Yeah, these platforms are kind of 50-50, we'll see. Anyway, at any rate, I do have work I need to get done, and we do stream from 2 to 4 as much as possible every single day. So my name is Lloyd, and today we're going to be covering an open world game. Now, if you've been following my share of the streams, which is on Thursdays from 2 to 4, you'll have seen that I've been working on an open world concept game for a little while now, which ties into a grant we got at Red Iron for a video game. Right now, this is more of a side experiment while we're waiting for the grant to come through, and something I thought might be kind of fun to do on the streams a little bit. And yeah, so we're going to continue on that today. We did a big chunk of logic in the last 3 videos. Today, I want to get more into the modeling and design, which I think would be pretty cool. So yeah, that's kind of where we're going to go for today. I'm going to set my main display, which is normally ultra wide, to standard display, or look funny to y'all. That's fixed. Yeah, so I guess with that said, I'm gonna get right into it. Like I said, we're having issues with Twitch across the world. If you're on YouTube and you're watching us, that's great. You're probably having no problems. Yeah, so I guess with that said, let's go ahead and change the view. Down into the corner, and let's start getting some stuff going. So, where do we start? Well, don't need that. We're gonna need source tree. And I feel like the music might be a tad loud. That's better. So yeah, we're gonna have some fun today. So right now we are getting close to doing a lot more of the modeling and the fun side. And yeah. Now I kind of want everybody's thoughts, but I had an idea of what this open world game is going to be finally, and what we're planning to do, or at least what I've kind of pictured in my head that we're going to do, is the main character is going to be an ugly-eyed robot, and it is going to be basically going around killing people. People don't know that it is an evil robot. And we'll go from there. So, last time we were in here, we brought in some character stats and some character information. Let's see. Oh, let's clean those up. Come on. We are looking at experiments. Excellent. So, interesting. Now, somewhere in here, we had a to-do. Yeah. So we'll start with that file. There we are. And I'm going to make sure our Discord is up and running. Excellent. Everything's good. Okay, so looks like we've got everything is up and running. That's awesome. So, what are we going to work on today? So, we're probably going to need this. The stats and character system, we're going to come back and rework some of that later. We'll probably add this piece. And we'll do some basic 3D models. We're also probably going to rework the tile system. Cool. So first and foremost, yeah, see, the stream keeps cutting out, but it is what it is. Like I said, I got to get work done. Whether or not Twitch cares is kind of their problem. Doesn't change the fact that I have work to do. Okay, so we got, right now, we've been building everything on a 10 by 10 square grid. But let's do some better designs. So, what do we want to use? Let's use PowerPoint for this. We're going to save this under Designs. Now, what are we going to do? Let us pretend that this is kind of the world map. It's not quite the shape I want. In here is custom shape somewhere. Which I think is that one. And I'm thinking our main area, we'll call this Oxford. We'll make that the starting town. How do I want to do that? Actually, I might want that bigger. Yeah, we're going to take a gridding system somewhat like this. Can I make this transparent? We can. Excellent. Something like that, which is good enough for the moment. Group. So that's going to become our grid design, roughly. And then how do I make it so you can't touch this? Well, for now, we'll send it to the back. And what we'll do is make this one partially transparent. More colors. Something like that. Good enough. Okay. So we got this main city here, and this will be the final goal. Cool. So the question's going to be, how do we want to split this up? Okay. And we're going to create a new scene called World Testing. And we'll start from there. Let's go ahead and load up Blender. Which Blender is this one? Trying to learn the new Blender. There we go. So, how do I want to do this? I have kind of a vision of what I'm looking for with the city layouts. But I'm thinking for now, I'll just lay out the city the way I want it for now. And then we'll come back and splice this into tiles and tile systems later, and kind of go from there. So I'm going to add a plane. And that looks like it is. You know what? That's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not sure if that's how we're going to keep the grid size. Now let's get ourselves a point of reference. We're going to add a cylinder, let's say. Let's turn that option on. There we go. And then for movement, there we go. What is the height on this? The view tool item. Okay, so 1 meter tall. We're looking at actually 1.6 meters tall, or we could go 5'8". Oh, that did not go to plan. Oh, 5'8". There you go. So that's kind of the size of our player. Just so we have a reference while we're in here. And that should help us kind of set what we want. I feel like these regions can be even bigger still. That's a big enough region. Okay. We're also going to want to get ourselves some kind of palette. I want something with pinks, so this one might work just fine. I kind of like this one right here. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna go with this one. Let's go to Unity. So we got a palette. I'm going to keep all this in here so that I remember to come back and credit them later. Wrong spot. Right spot. So let's go ahead. And we're going to open this palette. There we go. Something like that. World palette. Sure. Let's move this over then to shader editor. Add an image texture. We'll use our palette and we'll set that to base color. So now if we take a look at this, we can see we're mapped here. If we move it, cool. Looking good. So what do I want to do in this particular environment is we're down here to this height. And what did we call this? Region 1. Region 1. Export. Okay, and then jump to Unity. Let's pull in our region 1. There we go. So we're going to start with that, and we'll start getting everything laid out. And go from there. Actually, we could even go for now. Into this one. Because we had broken the tile system in here anyway, so who cares? We'll figure that out in a minute. Okay. So, region 1, we need a theme or a feeling for that city. So let's go something to that effect. Yeah. I guess, what do I want to create first? So we have a ground that we can use temporarily. Which we want to mark as ground. Actually, default. Ground. And then when we hit play, box collider. Okay, so now we can walk around that little map we just made, even though it's a pretty basic little map. We can get all the way to the edge. And we can run. Okay. So that's a start. We'll also come in, let's go ahead and, I don't want to keep them in the same file, but let's open a new Blender. And even though I don't like to do this, we'll do this as base template. Open models, base template. Okay, and then we're gonna go, let's create a new object. I want to set the selection to cursor. Oops. Cursor to selected. Set origin to cursor. There we go. So let's create an empty. Player pivot. There we go. Let's reset rotation and scale. So this is going to be our main player. We're going to do kind of two things in here. We want to give the robot a little bit of control. So the first thing I'm probably going to do is give it some tires. And let's go ahead and mirror. Cursor to, no, set origin to the cursor. There we go. Something like that. Okay, let's smooth those tires out. Let's give ourselves an edge. Do I want to edge split that? I feel like there's another way to come in here and do this. Like that. Yeah, looks like we've already got some UV maps. Put a bit of a bevel on there. All right, let's get rid of that. Okay, let's try that again. Killing me here. There we go. Let's put that to that one. Can't remember how to select inverted, so we'll make that the go-to metallic texture. Why does that look pink? Supposed to go, there we go. Something like that. So now we're starting to look like a little robot, which is kind of cute. I will take it. Wheels. Wheels. And we're going to move that to global 0. Delete faces. There we go. Probably right about there. set origin to 3D cursor, but it's not. Cursor to world origin, set origin. Oh. Yeah, that'll help. Rotating on Z works. There's a way to select every other. I just can't remember what it is right now, so. Okay. How do I get this select to not act weird? I do not like the new Blender. Where is the select mode? Didn't used to always default to this. Like, why am I getting circle select? I don't want circle select. Blender. Well, that doesn't help. Let's try that again. Fortunately, it looks like I had not completely wasted my time. Let's try this again. Actually, that might be kind of cute. Has me thinking. So I gotta turn off backface culling in here somewhere. That's why I'm not a big fan of the new Blender stuff. Like, where in the heck did they even move the option? Better question is why? Why make it more difficult? It's not on the render engine? That's odd. Scene wouldn't make sense. Guess we gotta Google it. Uh, 2.8. Yeah, which it shouldn't do because that's not the standard. Viewport shading's up. Okay. I swear we hit that. We did. Is it because I'm on Eevee? That's a good way to slow down people's workflow. Didn't help at all. That option doesn't exist. Oh, for Christ's sake. I just want to disable the back faces. I swear if this crashes from me clicking on things again. At least I can switch to this mode and see the back faces. That's something. I'll take it. Okay. Next, I'm going to do things a little different than last time. I'm going to add a Boolean on that. And we are going to so that gives me my little cutouts. I'll take it. I'll apply that for now. Like that. Shade smooth. Okay. Now item global 0. Delete faces. Okay. Now one thing, oh. We assign scale, rotation. There we go, back to 0. Now, why is your mirror suddenly not working? There we go. Set oh no. Cursor to selected. There we go. Actually, cursor to selected. Set origin. There we go. Save. 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 Now we're going to go ahead and save this while we're here. And I'm going to call this player robot export. Okay. Okay, so now we got that. We're going to move that to more of a rubbery black. Give ourselves the world palette. Okay, so now we got the wheels. We have a good base on top, so I might not mess with that. I only wanted the mirror so that we could get that done. Dissolve those edges. Can I dissolve those ones? Nope. Cool. Good enough. Okay. And the problem here is there. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start applying some of these modifiers. Wheels, wheels, body, body, we go. I'm happy with that. We're going to raise up the player pivot. Something like that. And cursor to world origin, set origin to 3D cursor, 3D cursor, and the wheels need to stay where they are. Now let's see. Because wheels don't actually look flat like that unless you're in like a Robo Wars type game. Ah, hello. Sorry. I see that there was chat going on. Message deleted. Thank you, Matthew, for deleting whoever or whatever that person was. So we're working today on the open world game. I wanted to create kind of the player character. So I have an idea, and it sounds a little crazy, but the main character is going to be a robot. And everybody else is going to be these weird little flappy people. And the entire open world game is kind of a sneaky game where you go around killing people, which I thought might be kind of funny and cool. Or a really bad idea. We'll see. So I'm going to expand the wheels out a little bit and scale them in a little bit. There we go. That way you can see when the wheels get some traction. I'm pretty happy with the body. I don't think I'm going to change anything there. The only thing I might add is the oggly eyes and the weapon. So let's add one more cylinder. Something like that. Okay, Blender, select every other. $2.8. Okay, I'm not seeing easy instructions. We're not going to worry about it. I don't really care because this is pretty quick for me to select. I know that there's some kind of toggle command for what I'm trying to do here, but of course. There we go. Okay. Something like that. That's looking pretty blade-like. Extract, scale 0.8. Extract, scale 0.8. Delete that face. Delete that face. Take a closer look. Here we go. Fill. Now, let me take a look at this. How do we want to do this next part? Is there a rotation on this? It looks like there's a rotation sitting on this. Oh well. I don't really care too much. I think that'll work. Cool. I am doing this the hard way. I just deleted all the faces. I'm going to do the modeling from in here to make sure it's done right. I'm going to pick edges. Okay, what's going on here? Finally. There we go. And there we go. Ah. So when you're trying to get these little finicky edges, that it can be a bit tougher. I just want a good looking little razor thing. Okay, that one and that one. Scale them not individually anymore. Now we're gonna scale them as a median point. Merge by distance. Maybe not that extreme, that's a little too extreme. let's apply the rotation first. Try this again. Set origin to geometry. Probably good enough. Something like that, and give it the material. Blender invert selection. Smart UV project. Let's try that maybe there. And then one last thing. Which would probably be something like okay, so that one's got a good origin. Let's set the cursor to that. Cursor to selected, set origin, 3D cursor, reset rotation and scale, reset rotation and scale. Okay. So there we go. Nope, did it wrong. Did it right. Parent. There we go. And last but not least, we need the oggly eyes. Now, how do we want to do that? Well, you know what? We'll come back and do that another time. We got a lot of models we want to get through, so. So let's do that quick. We're gonna add a UV sphere. I probably don't need that much quality on the polygons. Just kind of powering through it and getting it out of the way. Now, actually, you know what? Let's undo some of that. Okay. And actually, maybe we will do the outer ring as well. Okay, now we have an eye we can use. 0.4, 0.7, 0.9. Nope. Okay, let's try this again. We're going to Smart UV Project. Down to there. You. There we go. Maybe 0.3. Negative 0.3. I right. I left. Boom, boom. I left. I right. You, parent. Oh, there. Parent object. There we go. Reset. Oh. Never quite listens, does it? There we go. There we go. And then when the saw arm comes out, which actually, now that I'm thinking about it, might be more like that. No. What do I want to do here? Let's go into wireframe mode. Back into rendered. It looks a little bit better. Good enough. What's going on? Or is that the never-ending question? For now, I think that's good enough. Let's get it back out of here, back to Player Robot. Back to Unity. Okay. So that was a quick, not so quick deviation. Which brings us right back to Player Robot. Oops. So now we've got a little robot we can use. I see, we got some other gibberish in here. And we're gonna go ahead and fix that. Now we've got a player robot, which has a saw arm. I'm going to change that saw arm's and then the global okay. Cursor to selected. Actually, let's move this in just a little bit. Cursor to selected, and then swing arm. Set origin to 3D cursor. Can't do that in edit mode. Send the player object back out. There we go. So now we got something a little bit better. We'll create a quick little player animator. Just to show the player and how happy they are. Okay, let's get rid of that. What do we need? Well, we need public transform, saw blade, saw arm, yeah, that's pretty much what we care about for the most part. Okay. Some of this stuff we're going to probably automate, like the eyes. Yeah, I like your plan, Matt. That's a good idea. Okay. You know what? You're absolutely right. Those eyes need to be bigger. Let's do this. There we go. Keep disabled. Saw blade. Saw arm. Wheels. Eye left. Eye right. Okay. Let's see what that does. We'll add a mesh collider. A mesh collider. A mesh collider, and that's disabled. Oh, I see the problem. Is that why? Yeah. Okay, so body saw. Now for now, let Y be unconstrained. X is the one we constrain. There we go. Try that again. Yeah, Matthew, the eyes look much better big. It was a good choice. So there we go. So I don't want okay. We'll do this the ugly way. Pretty ugly hack, but that'll stop him from flipping over. Okay, so now two things need to happen. We need to spin him around. He's the wrong direction. That'll fix the looking. Okay. So we've got a player animator and a player controller. So let's go ahead and take let's go public vector 3. We'll take a look target. Which for now is right here. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna have the eyes track the mouse position, but I kind of want to have them occasionally go a bit crazy. So we'll see what we can do about this. We'll give them a slow look at target. Yeah, it's fine. Let's see here. We will give them a look target. And so on update, we're going to go quaternion look rotation. What do we want to look at? This takes a forward vector. Okay, we're going to do something kind of ugly. We're going to adjust the transform and then modify it. So I was putting that under player animator, but we're going to move that now to a look target instead, so that the eyes operate independent from the rest of the system. So we're going to go, I guess, transform look at look target. Now we can clamp some things. So if we'll go current equals clamp we'll just see what this does. This will probably make a mess of everything. But that's fine. Euler angles equals clamp vector transform Euler angles. We probably want to move this to local Euler angles later, but then we got to use some transform inverse lookups, which can be a bit messy. So for now, let's keep it simple. So we're going to look wherever the mouse is, basically, and then get a clamp with our angles. Now we don't actually want to keep this. We want to actually do it this way, which is the last rotation, the new and we only want to go 10% of the way times speed equals 5f. It's an ugly hack, but it should work. Which means transform Euler angles now equals new destination. Okay, let's see what that does. So you both are going to have a look target. Let's try that. Well, it kind of works. And we'll apply an offset. Actually, we can do it this way. We'll apply the offset here. It should do it. Let's find out. So if we did that right, let's ignore the clamp for now and just return the current. That'll unclamp the eyes for us. So the eyes should be looking straight and they're looking down. So let's take a look at the two eyes and give them an offset of okay, something's going on there. Let's think this through. Maybe what we'll do I pivot 1. I pivot 2. Now we can do this do this. Oh, was the look target empty this whole time? How did that even work? Oh, it's not. Yeah. Ignore me. We're going to remove that one. We're going to add it here. This should make life a little easier. So we can take these two eyes and now move them independent. Actually, they might be working now. Is that giving me gimbal lock? Is that what's going on here? Okay, so something going on with the speed. There we go. Okay, so that's easy to fix. Which tells me there's something going on here that's a problem. And that's because speed times 0.03. I don't think that problem's gone. I think we've just band-aided it. Let's take a look at these eyes. So I think we actually just wanted to lock this one. Try that. Clamping a value between two sets. Try focusing on one eye at a time. Okay. So Looks like it could go from 0 to 180. Or 0 to 90. I think that did it. So if it's really low, the eye doesn't go down too low. But why does it not move up? That's unlocked. Oh, yeah, okay, I see what's going on. You know what? Let's leave this clamp out then. We're gonna have to come back and do some weird magic later. No sense in worrying about that just now. Plus offset. Clamp plus offset. So we're going to go from the last rotation to the new one. I think that's all we need to do. That's good enough. Okay. Cool. So 5 seems to be a pretty good number for speed, but we'll go 10 to be safe. Or 7. Now the player controller transform last look target. Here we go. So that should be all I need to do to tie in the look target. Let's find out. Now that's easy to fix, which is if transform distance. If between our position and our is smaller than 1 meter, then we're going to instead if it's too close to us, we'll just stop looking. So what we'll do is if that position's within 1/2 meter, we will start to we're going to use local Euler angles this time. And at 1/2 our speed, we will slowly return our gaze. Let's give that a go. So our look target should be within that range. Well, what is this? So that should be 0 and that should be 0. Okay, so try that. I think maybe that 0.5 is too big. Why do I feel like When it gets too close, it kind of freaks out. Oh, I betcha. Okay. We're gonna see if that was being caused by gimbal lock. It might have been. Yeah, that was why. Okay, so it's almost perfect. The only thing is, we probably don't want to rotate so strongly. Those are positions. So let's get our last rotation. We do our look at. All right, no idea how that's gonna mess things up, but that should give us a smoother on our rotation. Okay, a little too smooth. Let's give that a go. That's perfect. Now the last piece we're gonna add. So the eyes are moving on their own. We don't have to worry about that anymore. What we do care though is the wheels. So let's go ahead and get last position. So we can get a distance. That we've moved. So now we can let's take a look at those wheels for a second. We're going to rotate it on X. Let's get the local rotation. And let's try setting that as a public float. So that's our target speed. Which is okay. Just a simple four-way smoother, I guess is what you would call it. Guess we'll see what that does. And I should probably move that off the player animator as well, but such is life. It doesn't seem to be spinning those wheels very good. And that's because we're calculating all the speeds, but we're not applying it back. Is that not the problem? That's exactly what the problem is. So, let's see. So it did spin right once. So let me look this over for a minute. Let's get rid of the smoother. So we got our distance, got our angles. We're multiplying the distance by our spinning speed. Let's add the delta time there. And then we're going to apply that to the rotation. So this should be a linear translation. So they are moving just very slightly. So now we're getting the distance. Let's try getting rid of the delta time for now. Okay. Yeah, so we eventually probably want to add that to the... Okay, let's worry about that in a minute. And last spin speed doesn't tell us anything, but that's fine. Let's record it this way. So that's moving way too much. And then that's not really moving at all. I do see it is moving, it just doesn't look like it's moving because it's... We are adding it, it's just a small amount. try that. That should get us away from Euler angles at least a little bit. It's not really helping. But that is turning better. Okay, come on. We just got to put some more power on. There we go. That did it. Okay. Cool. So we know that our spin speed is the distance times the wheel speed. We don't really need to do time delta because the distance is determining how fast the wheel moves, not time, which is perfectly fine. Last spin speed. Okay, we're probably going to disable that. We're no longer using this. There. So now the wheels should speed up and slow down. There we go. Excellent. Okay. So we're able to pick up mushrooms, gold, boom. Excellent. Okay. So there we go. Oh yeah, we're getting good frames per second. Okay. Cool. Well, I'm pretty happy with that. Cool. So with that said, it looks like we can now wander around and pick things up. Destroy stuff. So I think we're in a pretty good spot. We have stamina, which does refill, but lets you run. We have some health. We'll turn magic into something else, probably something electrical. Other than that, though, I think we're pretty good. Like, I'm happy with that. So there we go. I'm gonna go ahead and we'll play this full screen. So there we go. This is our little robotic guy. First kind of take on it being more of an open world builder. And you can see where we're clicking. So we got some wood and other stuff. So there we go. Come on, push your way through it. And that's pretty cool. So we got the wheels automating themselves, we got the eyes automating themselves. Item pickup is working. And run is working. Cool. Well, I guess with that, we will finish the stream and call it a bit of a day. But I have to say, I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. The robot turned out the way I kind of had hoped. And later, we can figure out how we want to do the saw, which I think will be pretty cool. So the saw is going to have obviously some kind of saw-like behaviors. It's going to spin. It's going to be cool. That said, I think so with that, I think we're done for the day. At least on this particular thing. I got a bunch of other work I should be doing. But that lets me take care of what we need to do for today. So thank you so much for attending the stream. I hope you had fun. As a friendly reminder, we do have streams going on from 2 to 4 almost every day. The more people who subscribe, the better. We're trying to get to 50 subscribers and we're getting close now. So please, if you haven't yet, do subscribe. It really helps. Like, we're getting close, and I think that's awesome. The more subscribers we can get on here, the more of our work we're going to keep pushing on here. So yeah, thanks for attending my stream. My stream's a little quirky. Lately I've been working a lot on a world builder. Pretty happy where this one is kind of going. It's been interesting. And with that said, so tomorrow's stream is going to be about women, technology, anti-racism, that kind of thing. Our Tuesday stream is usually Brady, who does 3D modeling for different projects at Red Iron. And Matt and Cohen take turns on Wednesdays, right now covering Muffin Fight, which is a video game. So thank you so much. I appreciate you all attending. I hope you have a great evening, and I will see you all next time. Don't forget to attend us back tomorrow between 2 and 4. All right.